Peace. It's a nigga for real coming to you live. Today's topic is going to be on the origin of God. Where did God come from? That's the question I want to ask you all. Where did God come from? So, in this book called The Origin of God by Lawrence Gardner, we're going to read the back of this. The origin of God. If the Bible had never been written, would we know about God from any more original source? If there was nothing before God created everything, then where was God before that? Where did he come from? It says that from where precisely did the Israelites of that era glean their knowledge of events and characters from thousands of years before? Events which, following the brief account of God's earthly creation, being in the book of Genesis with the story of Adam and Eve. And the last one, is there an intelligent supernatural entity in the universe, or is the concept just an inviting superstition? And this is your answer right here. It's a superstition. What is that? A belief. It's a belief. So let's go through some of this stuff. Where was God? On December 26, 2004, the biggest earthquake 40 years occurred between the Australian and Eurasian tectonic plates beneath the Indian Ocean. And it says that the casualty was 230,000 dead and missing. And it said the tsunami event drowned people of every religion and none, whilst also destroying temples, mosques, and churches. Thus, the question was soon raised, where was God? In 2005, not long after the Asian tsunami, the Atlantic hurricane Katrina, the third deadliest on record, formed above the Bahamas and swept over southern Florida to devastate much of the north-central Gulf Coast of New Mexico. More than 1,800 people died, and once again the question was posed, where was God? You got here 2001 World Trade Center, 250,000 lives were taken. Where was God? October 16, 2007. You got the Virginia Tech shooting. Killed 32 students and the staff, and he committed suicide. Where was God? Where is this God that you believe in? If God is talking to Moses and all the prophets in the Bible in the Old Testament, how come he can't talk to us today? I don't want to hear that shit about you gotta hear a still small voice. That's bullshit. That's garbage. That's a cop-out. That's an excuse. March 11, 2004, terrorist bombs killed 191 people and wounded more than 1,800 on 4 Spanish commuter trains to Madrid. What was God? That's not even half. These are the questions that we shall endeavor to answer in the origin of God. Beginning with documents that predate the Bible, we shall construct God's biography through the centuries to unravel the mysteries of a monotheistic culture which, through a series of evolutionary interpretations, have survived from ancient times to the present day. Our quest is to discover from all available sources what evidence there is, if any, to support the long-standing and widespread notion of God's existence. Is there a creative, supernatural, intelligent entity in the universe? Or is the concept just an embodied superstition? I've already given you the answer. So, your first black atheist, if you believe in the Garden of Eden story, your first black atheists were Adam and Eve. They didn't know anything. Why would God start off creation and making these niggas as grown adults, but they don't know a damn? Why would He put a garden in the middle of the? Why would He put a tree in the middle of the garden, knowing they're gonna go to the tree and pick off the tree and eat the fruit, if you believe in that story, and they're gonna commit sin? Why didn't God just give them knowledge? Why is He keeping knowledge for them? Now remember, it's all stories. I'm trying to get you the niggas to think. So you come on my channel, you talk that shit, and you say, oh, you're using sources written by the white man. You can't trust any of those books written by the white man. Well, guess what? I can turn right around and say that when you went to school, grammar school, preschool, high school, and college, what books did you use? You had to use the textbooks that the facility provided for you in order for you to advance to the next level. And guess what? Those books that you were reading, those are books that were written by men that you never met. So how can you come on my channel and condemn me and say I'm contradicting myself? I'm leading people astray, but I'm just using my goddamn brain. It's no different than when you get when you use money and it's got the dead president's faces on it. You use that money, but it's got dead people's faces on it, and you never met them, and you don't question that shit. You just use it, just like the Bible, any other book. You read the books, you don't question the source where they come from. You just use it because it's nothing but a tool. It's a tool. Money is a commodity. It's a tool. You use it to buy and purchase things. Books you read to gain knowledge, to question life. Assholes. Don't come on my channel talking that shit because you're just going to box yourself into a corner and you're going to make yourself sound like a goddamn fool. You reaching for something to believe in so bad. Believe in yourself, damn it. You niggas come on my channel, you say the dumbest shit. The dumbest shit. Don't use 1 ounce of your brain. You got shit for brains. And I gotta speak like this, because this is the only way I can get through you niggas. Don't give me that shit about his little kids in here listening to this stuff, because these kids are not foreign to this type of language. These kids on YouTube watching Chris Brown, Cardi B, whoever else shaking their ass and twerking all that shit. These kids ain't dumb.
Discover the all-new
Kids ain't dumb by a long shot.
The Kia Telluride breaks new ground with power to haul your toys, technology to keep you connected, and advanced safety.
But you wanna take up for him. But it's all good. So let's see. Give me 1 second. I want y'all to answer that question. Where did God come from? Has he always been here? If he always been here, where the hell he come from? Somebody had to make him. Or is he, like what this guy said in his book, just an abiding superstition? You know what superstition means? If you don't know what the word superstition means, look it up. So we're gonna go here to the book, The Africans Who Wrote the Bible. We're gonna go here to, once again, the creation of religion and the concept of God in ancient Egypt. Today, the name of God is a household word in every religion and language around the world. Even people that do not believe in God and religion have a concept of God is a concept of God in the recess of their minds and disbeliefs. Most Christians do not know how this God came to be because the apostolic fathers of Christianity never wanted it to be known that the foundational concept of God was conceived by black people that were the ancient Egyptians. Ancient Egyptians, nothing but black folks. A mixture of different ethnic tribes, whether it be the Hausa, the Ewe, the Igbo, the Yoruba, the Bamalinki, the Khoisan, the Mandingo, the Waganda, the Ashanti. All these people were ancient Egyptians, black folk. Before the term ancient Egyptian came about, they were all known as niggas. Let's keep on going. Most European scholars have long known that black Africans created the concept of religion and God. So where did God come from? From black people's imagination. He's imaginary. So if you ask me, well, how did I get here? I came through my mama's womb. That's all I know. Every man who was born to this world comes through a mother's womb. That's facts. And you don't even remember when you was born. So if you don't remember when you was born, you're not going to remember when you're dead. It goes on to say that at least one scholar credited the Africans with the concept of religion, and he did so powerfully. In the frontispiece to what Jesus Christ a Negro, Curtis Alexander quoted Peter Eckler as saying that an imaginative and superstitious race of black men should have invented and founded in the dim obscurity of past ages a system of religious belief that still enthralls the minds and clouds the intellects of leading representatives of modern theology that still cling to the thoughts and tinges with its potential influence the literature and faith of the civilized and cultural nations of Europe and America. Is indeed a strange illustration of the mad caprice of destiny of the insignificant and apparently trivial causes that often produce the most grave and momentous results. Peter Eckler. He says, Peter Eckler, this Jew, said that an imaginative and superstitious race of black men. So these are two white folks saying that black folks come with the concept of God. So in this book, The Origin of God by Lawrence Gardner, this white man said on the back of this book, is there an intelligent supernatural entity in the universe, or is the concept just an abiding superstition? This is it right here. It's an abiding superstition. So look up the word superstition, and you gotta find out who this superstition belongs to. Black people. Peter Eckler points out a group of ancient, imaginative, and superstitious people created a system of religion that still mystifies the greatest religious minds of the civilized world today. Guess who these ancient, imaginative, and superstitious people were? They were black people. What is worthy of note in this quotation is that Peter Eckler was a Jew. He was a Jew. So what they have done is they have taken your ancient ancestors' concept, ideas, and thoughts, and put it in the Bible, repackaged that shit, and they demonize African people and their symbolisms, and turn around and say it's paganism, but they are hypocrites. How the hell are you going to call us pagans and the gods that we worship are demons or whatever, and you turn around and take our same concepts and use reverse psychology? Your gods are no different than ours. They're imaginary. They're not real, assholes. So it says here that it says that his are the people that have claimed before Europeans that they created the concept of religion and godliness for over 2,000 years. However, he knew better. This quotation is therefore like a confession, as he wonders how such a great invention could have come to black people, a race of superstitious but imaginative people. However, it was because black people were superstitious and imaginative that they invented the concept of religion and godliness. In the origin of God, is there an intelligent supernatural entity in the universe, or is the concept just an abiding superstition? It's an abiding superstition. Your God of any books that you read are imaginary beings. I shouldn't have to open up a book to find out who my maker is. He should just be able to pop up, or it should be able to just pop up on its own. I should not have to open up a book, or summon a Ouija board for demons to manifest themselves. You niggas are reaching so hard for something to believe in. Your concept of angels and demons came from black folks' imagination. That's facts. The origin of the concept of death, heaven, and hell came from black folks' imagination. That's facts. So don't come on my channel talking that dumb shit, because you're going to make yourself look and sound like a goddamn fool. I don't know who you think you fool, who you messing with, but this nigga on this channel right here uses his goddamn brain. Why you think these white folks, these white Jewish people, and whoever else is on my YouTube platform trying to shut my ass up? Because I'm saying, there's some shit on here that I'm saying they don't like, and it's pissing them off. And when I click on you all's individual icon avatars, I don't see any type of individual presentation that you have done on your own. The only thing you have done is shared and liked other people's works. And you are passing off like you did that shit. You taking credit for other people's accomplishments. Assholes. So what I'm gonna do is from now on, I'm just gonna block you. I'm gonna block you because you're not thinking. You deserve to go back in slavery. You need to go back to slavery and be in chain up under the white man. Be physically in chain, because you don't use your damn brain. Let the white man think for you. You niggas don't think at all. So like with the story of Joseph in the Bible, right? Now, matter of fact, let's do this. Let's read this. So you got the Exodus. Moses goes up on Mount Sinai and gets some damn commandments from God, right? But you got civilization that predates that shit by thousands of years. Okay? Thousands of years. Let's read this. The real problem with the discussion like this is that only a few scholars know the supporting and revealing ancient Egyptian documents, while the entire world knows about the biblical documents that were derived from these ancient Egyptian documents. As a result, most people have never heard that there is an ancient Egyptian version of the biblical Exodus. Scholars now believe that the biblical version originated from the ancient Egyptian version, and that this biblical version was embellished and fictionalized to make it the Jewish version. Within within the Exodus narrative, there is also the story of the creation of the Mosaic Law and the conferring of divine origin onto it. Again, here is evidence from surrounding myths and documents showing that the biblical narrative surrounding supposed Jewish people reception of the Ten Commandments on Mount Sinai was not an original Jewish people's idea. In chapter 3, I introduced evidence to show that the story of Moses going on Mount Sinai to receive laws from God was not an original story and document of the Jewish people. It was an existing documented myth in ancient Egypt and surrounding nations and among several peoples. Here is part of the evidence. You just can't, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. What can you prove? Just don't quote shit. Just don't start ventilating and speaking things out of thin air without sorting sources, without sorting any type of references or sources. So it says that here's part of the evidence. In ancient Egypt, the god Thoth gave the people the laws. Okay? The sun god Shemesh gave the Hammurabi Code. Okay? King Minos of Crete received laws from a deity on Mount Dicta. And in Greece, Dionysus was the lawgiver with two tablets of stone on which the laws were written like Moses' tablets. Persians also had a myth of how they received their laws on the mountain amid thunder and lightning. It is important to note in all these discussions that no historical or archaeological record remotely links the Jewish people to the creation of these biblical myths. The evidence therefore suggests that the Jewish scholars of the Bible simply took the ancient Egyptian versions of this story, edited, rewrote to make it their own, and translated it into the biblical documents for the Greeks. The story of Joseph, plagiarized. Biblical story of Joseph, I'm going to tell you where that comes from. Not only do scholars know that the biblical story of Joseph is not an original Jewish story, but these scholars have found the exact ancient Egyptian source from which the story originated. Egyptologists have found that the ancient Egyptian source from where the story of Joseph originated was the story known as the Tale of Two Brothers. For the comparison of the original ancient Egyptian story and the biblical story of Joseph, see Simpson, Spokler, and Kelly, The Literature of Ancient Egypt, an anthology of stories, instruction, and poetry. The biblical story of Joseph is designed around his supposed per excellent ability to interpret dreams. Joseph Caster showed that the interpretation of dreams was an original ancient Egyptian religious and cultural practice, and that the entire Joseph episode has a completely authentic Egyptian background, and it is shot through with Egyptianism, literal translations into Hebrew. In other words, the biblical episode of Joseph is authentically an ancient Egyptian story. Caster shows that even the rhetoric of the story is Egyptian, and that the biblical narrative shows that this story was literally translated into Hebrew language. Joseph Caster is himself a Jewish scholar that has studied Egyptology. If the biblical story of Joseph was not originally a Hebrew story, but one literally translated from another language to Hebrew, he must know. So this, I'm giving you Jewish sources, white folk scholars, and they telling you what's going on. So since you love the white man so much, let's let the white man tell you. Much of the discussion in this and previous chapter have shown that the Jewish scholars of the Bible took ancient Egyptian myths, stories, and doctrines and claimed them that they created them. Here is a scholar who pointed out clearly that the story of Joseph was definitely ancient Egyptian and that it was literally translated into Hebrew. In the discussion of this story, I also revealed the African tribe whose original story, the story of Joseph was. I revealed that the indigenous African tribal name, uh, K-Potiphar, was what was transposed to the biblical Potiphar. See that? But you niggas don't want to. It's a damn shame. It's a goddamn shame. Why you pissed off at me? Cause I'm tearing your beliefs down. I believed in this shit. It's a bunch of beliefs. It's a bunch of beliefs. It's a bunch of beliefs, man. God damn. Matter of fact, let me do something real quick. Let me see. I want you to listen to this conversation I had with this lady who was from Nigeria. And I spoke with her over the phone, and she said, I was telling her about the Passover, what the Hebrews do when they sing and dance all this shit. She said, no, that's not right. She is from Nigeria, Cameroon, and she is a part of the Bambalinki tribe. Let me see. Let me go to it. So you niggas talking about I talked to this person, that person. Okay, let's give me these people's numbers. Let's call these niggas up and let's call them. Let's see what they got to say. But if you back out and become pussy fat, it means you're a liar. You ain't talking to no goddamn body. You just talking shit. See, when you're under pressure, you get scared, you get pussy fat and run. You run for cover. You got the house nigga on the field nigga. You niggas are the house niggas. Let me see if I can find that. Still, I have it. I didn't delete it. Let me pause this real quick. One second. I want you to hear this. I know I did not delete this. One second. Couldn't have deleted that. So I show and prove what I say. Oh man, I think I deleted the damn thing. What number was it? I think it's like a 410 number. I think this is it right here. Okay, I had talked to her twice. Let's see. Smith. This is me calling the first time, this lady. Won't you listen to this?
Hello?
Hello. Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, how you doing? My name is Smith. Calling from Chicago, Illinois. I just had a quick question. I had briefly just did my African ancestry DNA, and the results came back that I come from the Bubi people that is located on the equatorial coast of Guinea. Now, in terms of so-called African Americans who were, brought over here to the Americas through slavery, at my job, I have a male nurse, and I had showed him my results. He said everything was 100%. I had spoken with her twice, and everything that I spoke with her about, she agreed 100%. Now let me go back here to the second time I talked to her. Okay. Now this is May 20th. I spoke to her.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you. Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
John Smith. Hello, sister. This is John Smith. We got spoken a couple days ago on the phone.
Hi, John.
Yes, how you doing?
How are you?
Pretty good. I had a quick question to ask you. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Okay, no problem.
The last time we spoke, we talked about in Africa, the voodoo priests, they do rituals, right? So in the Bible, God tells the Israelites in the book of Exodus and the book of Leviticus to get a lamb and a goat and kill it as a sacrifice and put blood on the doorpost, things like that. So since we know that the Bible is a storybook, and these stories that we're reading about, these are rituals that our ancestors do today, right? Through different tribes.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
That it's always done.
Okay. So. You heard that? She said it's always done. Not sometime, it's always done. You niggas ain't sacrificing no goats and lambs and sheep and stuff like that. You singing and dancing and drinking and turning up. No different in the church. All you've done is come out of church, put a different name on yourself, and condemn the church, and you still doing the same shit. Get the hell out of here. My question to you is this. Okay, now there are like over here in America, us as African Americans, some people refer to themselves as Hebrew Israelites and things like that, right? And they persuade people to come out and celebrate the Passover and feast days, things like that. And when I observe their festivals, and when I look at what they do on YouTube through their videos, they are not doing what our ancestors did. The only thing that they're doing is singing songs, reading Bible verses. I'm like, wait a minute, this is not what they're supposed to be doing. What is this?
So they don't know what they're supposed to be doing.
Okay, so would you say that so by them, so I was reading a book again last night, The Africans Wrote the Bible. And the author is he's the part of the Akan tribe, okay? And he knows what rituals they do. And when they perform these rituals, they do the ritual, and he says in the household, it is supposed to be complete silence. There's supposed to be no lights on in the house. Okay, and when I was observing what these Hebrew Israelite camps do when they say come out and celebrate the Passover, well, they are doing just the opposite. So I was trying to put two and two together. I said, well, if they are not doing it the right way, the way our ancestors do it today, then what are they doing? I think they're just taking these people's money.
Are you talking about the Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah, the Hebrew Israelite camp, yeah.
Are they? do they even acknowledge that the Hebrews are Africans?
Well, what they do is they differentiate themselves from being African. They don't subscribe to being African. They say that the African Americans and the Africans are two different people.
Okay.
Okay.
So that in itself, I don't even understand that. I don't understand any of what they're doing.
Okay.
They're going
right. They're going off of okay. So the reason they don't subscribe to being African is because in the Bible it says that they go off of Noah's 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they use Japheth as the modern day Caucasians, and Ham are the Africans, and Shem are the so-called African American Negroes. But
what?
Yes. So
And they come from where?
Okay. So what they do is in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, there are curses that's in the Bible that God gives the Israelites, and God tells the Israelites, if you don't do all these curses, all these commandments, all these blessings and curses will come upon you. So since the Israelites did not keep their end of the bargain, God cursed them and scattered them all over the world through. If you read the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and 68, God tells the Israelites that you will be sold unto your enemies, and you. Let me pause. Now, I have already just yesterday, I told you the man who came up with this Hamitic and Shemitic was a German Egyptologist, Carl Richard Lepsius. He came up with that term. Okay? Now, when I told her that, she started laughing. She said, "What you just say? Let's keep on going." So we put on slaves, we put on ships. So they use that verse, that Bible passage, and equate that passage with the transatlantic slave trade. And they say, you see this Bible verse right here? This refers to this pertains to the African American Negroes who are scattered all over the world. Okay, so they are anti-African. They don't like African people, even though they equate to Israel being in Africa, but they say that the Africans and the African Americans are two different people.
Okay.
So these people are they are mentally delusional, and they're not understanding that these are all stories, but they are told. The characters in the Bible are fictional, but the people telling the stories are historical. So I said that since I know what tribe I come from, historically, I can go over to Africa and dwell amongst the people I come from and perform in those rituals. Now, if a person is coming from it from a biblical standpoint, and the Hebrew Israelites say that they come from the tribe of Judah, and from the tribe of Judah, if they was to try to perform those rituals and go amongst a certain tribe and say, "Hey, I'm from the tribe of Judah, and I want to participate in your ritual or your sacrifice," well, that tribe who are performing those sacrifices are going to look at these people like, "Well, who are you? You can't perform our rituals because you're not a part of our tribe."
Mm-hmm.
So these people are delusional. They're taking these people's money. They're not doing nothing what the Bible says. If they're so-called Bible believers, but they're not understanding that it's nothing but a bunch of stories.
Yeah.
Yes,
it really is.
It
really is. I mean, look at religion. Look at religion itself.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing, all of it. And look at the preachers of religion. Everybody's trying to gain something, right?
Right.
So it's how you interpret the words that were written, and I think those words are written about our story. This is the Africa story.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's not just is some kind of what we call wahala in every religion, and there are groups in every religion that are straying from the reservation.
Right. Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you could say that, you know, the jihadists of Islam.
I want to pause it right here because her and I, we had talked for a while, you know. But you heard what she said. She said everybody trying to gain something. Now let's put that into proper perspective. What is she saying? Everybody trying to gain something. Everybody's coming at this with money in mind. They're trying to get some type of money off of you, and you niggas are falling for it. So let's go back here. I'm about to expose these niggas, and whoever these people who you subscribe to, and you letting these people take your money, cause you some damn fools, and you don't think for your goddamn self. So now I gotta put these niggas on blast. Just like I did yesterday. You got G-Dash and Profit. This nigga is selling DVDs. He's selling DVDs. And let's look at this. Let's see what he got now. He got some more shit out now. Mystery Babylon DVDs, 3 for $50. Now he just posted this up 3 hours ago. Let's see what this say. Let's see, he got this shit up here. Updates, Russian Icon video. Coming soon. Book coming soon. Videos and book coming soon.
Shalom, y'all. I know you've been waiting for me. Where is he at? What is he doing? What do you got coming next? What I got coming next? Something really huge. First of all, the next big exposed movie breakdown is gonna be Bird Box. I wanna tell you, the connections I have for that movie, crazy.
He gonna charge you niggas money for it.
I'm working on. I'm actually going away to Clinton, Massachusetts, to the Russian Icons Museum to show y'all the holy images of the biblical people that they have all over Europe, all over Russia. Jesus was one. And I'm going to show.
Nothing but stories. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, we know that the people of the Bible are black. That's not going to make your life any better. Just by you going to Egypt to look at the pyramids, and you stand and look at the pyramids, you still got to come back home and work and punch that clock. Standing in front of the pyramids is no different than when you stand next to a celebrity. No different. It's only for a moment. Then your ass right back in the same position that you're in when you go back home. You got to punch that clock and work. That's facts. Who else we got? We got more people. So you got G-Dash, he's a hustle man. He hustling, he pimping y'all asses. You got GMS, you got GOCC, you got ISBK, you got Pastor Dow, you got Watchman Report. You got these people. These people, they just came out. So you got this dude right here. So this dude right here, Jedediah Melech, he just exposed, so-called exposed, what he at? Yoshiyahu and Hudala. Now I have her book. It's called Hidden in Plain Sight or some shit like that. And he just exposed these niggas.
To wind up and
He just exposed these niggas. And for some shit that they was doing. Okay. And he tried to expose. He so-called exposed their ass. Yahoo and Huda Daoud, spiritual terrorists. Because they were caught, I guess, dealing with Kundalini energy. But this nigga's no better because he's selling books. The Bible with the so-called restored names in it. And you go to his site and look how much he's selling this shit for. Let's see. Let's click on his channel. You go to his channel, he's selling books for like 150 something bucks. I'm not making this shit up. You know these niggas who you subscribe to. These people take your money. Reading the same books that they reading, you can read your own damn self. Watching report, selling shit. Damn shame. Go ahead, keep on letting these people pimp your ass, take your money. You gonna keep on falling for it. So just because you can read the Hebrew doesn't make you any better than a person who can read Greek, Latin, or Spanish, or French, or Russian, or they can speak Swahili. Makes you no different. You're just another person. You're another person, another person who can speak a different language. That's all. That's all. So, until then, I'll see you in the next video. This is Nigga Keep It Real. You want to learn some truth for free of charge? Come on my channel. I'm getting that shit to you raw and real. If you don't like what I gotta say, get the hell out of my channel and go play church somewhere. And let these niggas keep on pimping your asses. Talking about you gotta keep the Sabbath day and feast days when the whole time you're nothing but a goddamn bunch of stories. And you're not even keeping the feast days right. You're not doing the rituals correctly. You got these camps out here dressing like goddamn Power Rangers with these hot ass suits on. You think Moses was walking around with that shit on? And is he in the fucking desert? That nigga been done passed the fuck out. And in some camps, they were all black. So you know if you're in the sun and you were all black, that sun will beat your ass down and you're gonna pass the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. Who do you think you fooling, man? You niggas are gullible and dumb. I gotta be blunt. You niggas don't think. Your first atheists were Adam and Eve. They didn't know shit. Why did God make them grown adults? So Adam and Eve were grown adults, but they had the minds, they had the intellect of an infant. They didn't know shit. They didn't know nothing. All right. See you in the next one. Peace.